So today we'll be taking a look at some stories involving Ric Flair, Alexa Bliss responding to a fake report, Becky Lynch's original return plans, and more. Let's start things off with everything Ric Flair related. Ric Flair has been all over the headlines this week for all of the wrong reasons, following disturbing allegations that have been brought to life in shocking detail. The story has resulted in Ric Flair being dropped from big projects, such as his car insurance commercials. Ric Flair had a deal with a car insurance company and starred in their commercial that would air during Raw and other programs. Well, that company has now pulled their commercial from Ric Flair from the air. For years, Ric Flair's signature "Woo" has always been a part of WWE's intro for their programming, but that's no longer the case. In response to the Ric Flair news, WWE has edited Ric Flair's woos out of their intro as well. All of Ric Flair's merchandise items have also been pulled from WWE's shop. Before this story came into light on the dark side of the ring, there was a lot of buzz and rumors generating about Tony Khan being close to bringing Ric Flair to AEW. Well, that's officially not happening anymore. That's completely off the table now because of these new discoveries and stories that are coming out about what Ric Flair allegedly did. Some fans are also bringing up the question of, what does this mean for Charlotte? Will they still use the Flair last name for Charlotte? And it's a decent question to ask because when there's big situations and controversies around somebody's name, WWE has made a few tweaks and changes to superstars' names in the past. There was even a period where WWE did drop the Flair last name for Charlotte, but eventually gave it back to her. So when it comes to Charlotte, and if WWE would try to limit using the Flair last name, given all the controversy around it now, we'll have to see what they decide to do there. But as of this moment, Charlotte Flair still has her last name. Let's get into a big fake report that went viral late Monday and early Tuesday morning. A journalist reported to his audience that 1,500 live fans at Raw walked out of the venue during the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair segment. Several dirt sheets and fans online took his word as being true and ran with the story. But it was the fans who were live at Raw that debunked this bogus report. Fans who were in the building said that 1,500 people leaving the arena during Alexa and Charlotte's segment never happened. And reading that report just seems pretty bogus, especially when you consider the WrestleMania-sized main event that was scheduled for later in the night as well. That audience was going to see Roman Reigns vs. Big E vs. Bobby Lashley in Raw's biggest main event in a really long time. Why would nearly 2,000 people walk out before a main event like that? The whole report just never made any sense from the start. Alexa Bliss is quickly, always trying to jump to these false reports and false narratives and set them straight. She responded to the reporter in a deleted tweet and another tweet that she posted later on. Here's what she had to say in both of those tweets about fans leaving Raw during her segment. You mean the same people that were chanting and reacting to the whole segment? Yeah, get out of here, dirt sheets. Find clickbait somewhere else. Sorry, Meltzer or whatever, you can't get clout off your segment. Move on. Hashtag stop lying. Hashtag literally didn't happen. Hashtag you're embarrassing yourself. So the fans in the building are saying it didn't happen, and Alexa Bliss is saying it didn't happen. And it's not like it was a horrible segment either. It was actually an amazing segment and interaction between Alexa and Charlotte. Like we mentioned during our breakdown, it was full of heavy lines, personal shots, and the crowd was heavily involved just reacting to everything that was being said. So to see how well it came out on television, then hear a bogus report like that, something didn't add up there. Turns out that the reports were just extremely fake and full of lies. Becky Lynch made an unexpected last-second return at WWE SummerSlam to fill in for Sasha Banks back in August. Obviously, this wasn't the original plan. WWE fully intended to have Bianca vs. Sasha at SummerSlam, but after Sasha was no longer medically cleared to compete, WWE had to scramble for a last-second replacement. That replacement, of course, ended up being Becky Lynch. But there was two previous return plans for Becky Lynch. that she recently revealed during her interview with TalkSport. Becky revealed that they were originally looking at WrestleMania 37 for her return. Bayley was without a match or any real plans for the show, and Becky said that her name was thrown around as a possible opponent for Bayley at WrestleMania. But WWE decided to go with the segment with Bayley and the Bella Twins. Becky also revealed that if it wasn't for the call for SummerSlam, that they were looking at October for her return. October is WWE draft season, so maybe they would have had Becky return right around the draft. And that would have been the original plan. But in the end, the way things turned out, it still ended up pretty well for Becky. She stayed ready. There was an opportunity at SummerSlam, she took it, and walked out as champion. We'll have to see what's next for Becky Lynch as she continues her feud with Bianca Belair, and with the threat of a returning Sasha Banks also lurking in the background. Things may get even more interesting for Becky. Daniel Bryan is now Bryan Danielson, and he's making waves in AEW. Bryan didn't have a nasty WWE departure like we see with some talent. His departure was very calm and very open to both sides. He even took to Twitter before his first AEW match to thank WWE for all of his years there and talked about how he was so excited for this next chapter in his career. Another popular topic of discussion when it comes to Bryan is the famous yes chant. There's been a lot of confusion there, Bryan himself even saying that he's a bit confused on what he can and can't do when it comes to things like that. Obviously, no one can control the fans. If they want to do the yes chant while he walks out to the ring in AEW, there's no stopping that at all. There's no issue with the fans doing it. The legal and intellectual property issues start up if Bryan starts doing those things himself. Bryan recently revealed in an interview that he spoke with WWE about his departure, where he was going, and even gave them his debut date, to be fully open and honest with them. He also said that everything went smoothly and that they just politely requested for him to respect their intellectual property, and that was all. Bryan has said several times now since making his AEW debut that he was trying his best to respect all of WWE's intellectual property when it comes to the Daniel Bryan character from WWE. So Bryan and WWE seem to have ended things on a great respectful note. They respected his decision and he wants to respect the property that they own as well. Bryan is starting off his AEW run with a bang since he's facing AEW World Champion Kenny Omega. So it's really going to be exciting to see how Bryan's AEW direction is handled and what big dream matches we'll be able to see over on AEW. Unlimited possibilities for Bryan in AEW, so his usage will be very interesting. Hopefully ends up with some very exciting storylines. But what are your thoughts on today's stories with Ric Flair, Alexa Bliss, Becky Lynch, and Bryan Danielson? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.